Capital assets again can be classified into two types: personal asset and immovable asset and unlisted shares. Index cost of acquisition is equal to cost of acquisition into CII value of asset holding less than 12 months means it is a short-term capital gain. CII means cost inflation index. Capital gain means profit and gain arising from the transfer of capital asset. Assets can be classified into two types. They are capital asset and financial assets. Hello everyone, I am Pragati, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Business Administration, Vidyashram First Grade College, Mysuru. In the last session, I have discussed about the topic income from other sources, and we have done 3 problems on income from other sources. In this session, I am going to discuss about the topic income from capital gain. What do you mean by capital gain? Capital gain means profit and gain arising from the transfer of capital asset. It is called capital gain. Capital gain means it is profit and gain arising from the transfer of capital asset. It is called capital gain. Then, what do you mean by capital asset? Capital asset means any kind of asset which may be movable or immovable, tangible or intangible assets held by the assessee. So for example, machinery, jewelry, building, furniture, etc. Next we have capital assets can be divided on the basis of holding period. So capital gain can be divided as two types, that is long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain. We can divide asset as two types. They are capital asset and financial asset. So capital assets again can be classified into two types. They are personal assets and immovable and unlisted shares. So, what are the personal assets? Example, jewelry, drawings, paintings, sculpture, etc. And what are immovable assets? Immovable assets are land, building, house. These are immovable assets. Then, what are financial assets? Example of financial assets are shares, debentures, units of UTI, securities, mutual funds, and zero coupon bond. These are the types of assets. Capital assets. If you have purchased any capital assets and sold within a 36 months, then it will be considered as short-term capital gain. Assets can be classified into two types. They are capital asset and financial assets. Capital assets again can be classified into two types: personal asset and immovable asset and unlisted shares. Transfer of personal assets holding less than 36 months. Personal assets holding less than 36 months, then it is called short-term capital gain. Any personal assets which are holding more than 36 months or equal to 36 months, then it is transferred. It is called long-term capital gain. I'll repeat. Any personal assets transfers holding less than 36 months, then it is considered as short-term capital gain, and any personal assets transfers more than 36 months, holding more than 36 months and transfers it, then it is considered as long-term capital gain. Then immovable and unlisted shares. Any immovable assets and unlisted shares which are transfers holding less than 24 months, then it is considered as short-term capital gain. If immovable assets and unlisted shares transfers holding more than or equal to 24 months, then it is considered as long-term capital gain. Then for financial assets, transfers holding less than 12 months, then it is considered as short-term capital gain. Financial assets holding more than 12 months or equal to 12 months and transferred it, it is considered as long-term capital gain. So, for personal assets, it should be 36 months. It is transferred within 36 months, then it is considered as short-term capital gain, and it is transferred holding assets more than or equal to 36 months, then it is considered as long-term capital gain. Then for immovable assets and unlisted shares, it is for 24 months, means assets holding less than 24 months, it is considered as short-term capital gain. Assets holding more than or equal to 24 months, then it is considered as long-term capital gain. For financial assets, it is 12 years. Assets holding less than 12 months, it is short-term capital gain. Assets holding more than 12 months, it is long-term capital gain. Then we have format for computation of short-term capital gain. Sales consideration, then we have to deduct it any transfer of expenses. Is there any transfer of expenses? We have to deduct from sales consideration. Then we will get net consideration. Sales consideration minus transfer of any expenses will get net consideration. Then we have to deduct cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition means purchased amount. Acquisition means cost of purchase. Is there any improvement we have to deduct it. Next is cost of improvement. Then we'll get gross short-term capital gain. Next, we have to deduct exemption under section 54. Is there any exemption under section 54 item? Then we have to deduct it from gross short-term capital gain. Then we will arrive taxable short-term capital gain. Next, we have format for computation of long-term capital gain. Same sales consideration first, then we have to deduct transfer of expenses, we'll get net consideration, then we have to deduct indexed cost of acquisition, indexation. So it is a long-term capital gain, we have to calculate the indexation. Index cost of acquisition, then is there any improvement? We need to calculate index cost of improvement. We'll get gross long-term capital gain. Then we can deduct exemption under section 54, will arrive long-term capital gain. Now we will solve some problems on short-term capital gain and long-term capital gain. We have formula for calculating the index cost of acquisition and index cost of improvement. So this is the formula for calculating index cost of acquisition. So index cost of acquisition is equal to cost of acquisition into CII. CII means cost inflation index. So cost inflation index in the year of sales divided by CII in the year of purchase. So index cost of acquisition is equal to cost of acquisition into CII value of the year of sale and CII value of in the year of purchased. Then index cost of improvement. Index cost of improvement is equal to cost of improvement into CII in the year of sale divided by CII in the year of improved. This is the formula for calculating indexation. We will solve some problems on income from capital gain. Mr. Loke Gowda purchased a share of rupees 50,000 on 1/4/2019. Mr. Loke Gowda purchased a share of rupees 50,000 on 1/4/2019. Here, shares means it is a financial asset. Shares means it is a financial asset. Financial assets holding less than 12 months means it is short-term capital gain. If it is more than or equal to 12 months, it is long-term capital gain. Here, Mr. Loke Gowda purchased on 1/4/2019 and he sold it for rupees 80,000 on 31st December 2019. Sold it on 31st December 2019. Means asset holding less than 12 months. Asset holding less than 12 months means it is short-term capital gain. Then commission charges for selling the shares are rupees 2,000. He has made some expenses, that is commission. So we can deduct it. Now we have to find out his taxable short-term capital gain. We'll see the solution. Computation of short-term capital gain of Mr. Loke Gowda for the assessment year 2020-21. So, format Sales consideration. Sales consideration how much? He sold for rupees 80,000. Sales consideration, it is 80,000. Then less transfer of expenses. So he has given commission. It is expenses for him. How much? It is 2,000. So we have to deduct it from sales consideration. We'll get 78,000 as net consideration. Then less cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition means purchased cost. How much he has purchased? For 50,000. So cost of purchase is 50,000. Is there any improvement? No, there is no improvement. So put dash. Then we have to deduct 50,000 from net consideration. We'll get 28,000. So 28,000 is the short-term capital gain of Mr. Loke Gowda. Next problem. Mr. Ajay holds some of his property during the year 2019-20 as under. Jewellery costing rupees 80,000 which was acquired in June 2004 was sold for rupees 4,50,000 in May 2019. Now we have to check whether Mr. Ajay holds the jewellery in 36 months or more than 36 months. So jewellery, it is a personal asset. So we have to check whether Mr. Ajay holds this jewellery is less than 36 months or more than 36 months. It is acquired in June 2004. It is acquired in June 2004 and was sold for rupees 4,50,000 in May 2019. Sold in May 2019 means it is more than 36 months. So it is long-term capital gain. Then second one, house at Kolkata let out for residence. It was inherited by him in 1964. Inherited means it is an ancestor property. So sale price on 31st October 2019 rupees 13,50,000. Mr. Ajay sold the house on 31st October 2019. So it is a house. House means it is immovable property. So immovable property means we have to check whether it should be less than 24 months or more than 24 months. It is inherited by him in 1964. Means sold in the year 2010. Since from 1964 he is holding the asset. Means it is more than 24 months. So it is a long-term capital gain. LTCG. And its fair market value on 1/4/1981 rupees 1 lakh rupees. And he has made some improvement during 2009-10 rupees 25,000. So here they have not given cost of acquisition because it is an ancestor property. But they have given fair market value. If cost of acquisition is not given, fair market value is given, then we have to consider fair market value as a cost of acquisition. So here fair market value is 1 lakh. We should consider this 1 lakh as cost of acquisition. Next, self-cultivated land. within the municipal limits was compulsorily acquired by the government under a law for rupees 15,000. So he is having self-cultivated land, but that land is compulsorily acquired by the government of rupees 15 lakhs. So that 15 lakh should be considered as sales consideration on 1/1/2020. So sold in the year 1/1/2020 and cost in 2000-2001 and means purchased value, purchased in the year 2000-2001, purchased in 2001 means asset holding more than 24 months. Self-cultivated land means it is a immovable property, assets holding more than 24 months. So it is considered as long-term capital gain. And they have given CII value, it is 1981, 82, 100, 2004, 2005, 113, 2009, 10, 148 and 2019-20 it is 289. So in your examination CII value they will given in the question paper itself. So no need to by heart this. You have to remember only 2019-20 CII value, that is 289. Now we will see the solution. Computation of LTCG of Mr. Ajay for the assessment year 2020-21. Particulars: jewellery, house and land. Sales consideration. See how much is the sales consideration of jewellery? It is 45,000. Is there any expenses? No expenses. So 45,000. There is no transfer of expenses, it is nil, will get 4,50,000 as net sale consideration for jewellery. Then less index cost of acquisition and index cost of improvement. For indexation we need to apply for formula. So we have formula to calculate index cost of acquisition. Index cost of acquisition is equal to cost of acquisition into CII in the year of sale divided by CII value in the year of purchased. For jewellery, cost of acquisition. So cost of acquisition it is 80,000. We'll see the cost of acquisition of jewellery. Cost of acquisition is 80,000. Then cost of acquisition is 80,000 into CII in the year of sale. In the year of sale when it is sold in the year 2019. 2019 year of sold. CII value of 2019 is 289. So it is given in the problem 289 divided by CII value in the year of purchased. When it is purchased, jewellery is purchased on 2004. So CII value for 2004 it is 113. So 80,000 is cost of acquisition. CII value of year of sold is 2019. Its value is 289 and CII value of year of purchase it is 2004-5. Value is 113. So 80,000 into 289 into 113 it is 2,04,601. So index cost of acquisition of jewellery is 2,04,601. See, index cost of acquisition of jewellery 2,04,601. So there is no improvement, it is nil. Then we have to deduct from net sale consideration, we'll get 2,45,399 as long-term capital gain of jewelry. Then we'll solve for house. How much is the sales consideration for house? So sales consideration is 13,50,000. Is there any transfer of expenses? No, there is no transfer of expenses. It is nil. We'll get 13,50,000 as net sales consideration. Then we have to do indexation because it is also long-term capital gain. So index cost of acquisition. Here in this problem they have not given cost of acquisition because this property is ancestor property. But they have given fair value. How much it is? 1 lakh. This fair value we have to consider as cost of acquisition. So 1 lakh into CIA value of year of sold. Year when it is sold in the year 2019. How much CIA value? 289. So 1 lakh into 289 divided by cost of acquisition is not given. So but it is transferred in the year 1981. So since from 1964, that is any assets purchased before 2000, we have to take CIA value as 100. So it is 100. 1 lakh into 289 divided by 100 because it is before 2000. So 1 lakh into 289 divided by 100 is 2,89,000. Index cost of acquisition for house is 2,89,000. Then is there any improvement? Yes, he has made improvement during 2009-10 of rupees 25,000. So CIA value of 2009-10 is 148. See, index cost of improvement of house. So cost of improvement how much? It is 25,000 and it is sold in the year 2019-20. So CIA value of 2019-20 is 289 divided by CIA value in the year of improvement. It was improvement in the year 2009-10. So 2009-10 it is 148. So divided by 148 we'll get 48,818 rupees. Now index cost of improvement it is 48,818. So we have to deduct it from net consideration, that is 13,50,000 minus 2,89,000 minus 48,818. So we'll get 10,12,182 rupees as short. We'll get 10,12,182 rupees as taxable long-term capital gain. So next is land. Sales consideration how much? See, sales consideration it is 15 lakh. Is there any transfer of expenses? No, there is no transfer of expenses. So 15 lakh sales consideration, there is no transfer of expenses. We'll get 15 lakh as net consideration. Now we have to do indexation. So index cost of acquisition is equal to cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition is 65,400. See, cost of acquisition, it is 65,400 in the year 2001. So 2001 indexation value is 100. Then it is sold in the year 2019. CI value for 2019 is 289. 65,400 into 289 divided by 100. CII value in the year 2000 is 100. So index cost of acquisition for land, it is 1,89,006 rupees. See, index cost of acquisition, it is 1,89,000. There is no improvement, so it is nil. Will get 13,11,000. So today we have solved LTCG problem and STCG problem. In your examination point of view, you have to concentrate on LTCG problems because they may ask for 10 marks. By this, I would like to conclude this topic. Try to solve the problems without seeing the solution. Practice well. Thank you very much.